GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening, Saratoga Springs. Our top story tonight, local soccer star has verbally committed to Penn State, a big win for our community. We'll also cover the upcoming Schenectady County summer night road closures and the Druthers family's new cancer support foundation. Over to you, Diana.
Grand, gilded, and glorious. A Saratoga stroll begins Saturday at 11 a.m., starting at the historic downtown plaza with guided tour highlighting Victorian architecture.
Local historians will narrate stories of the 19th century racing era, while street performers reenact trolley rides, offering visitors immersive glimpses of Saratoga's golden age.
Food vendors will line Main Street, serving classic lemon drop pastries, locally roasted coffee, and seasonal gelato, with all proceeds supporting the Saratoga Arts Council's education fund.
The Saratoga Stroll will wander historic streets, feature live brass bands, and showcase local artisans all Saturday evening, free for families and visitors alike. Lots to get to, let's begin. Good evening, Saratoga Springs. Peyton Galuski, a standout forward from the Waterford Half Moon School District, announced this month that she has verbally committed to join the Penn State women's soccer program. The decision places her among the Capital Region's most coveted high school athletes, as the Nittany Lions squad is widely regarded as one of the nation's elite. Galuski, who helped lead her team to a district championship last season, said the university's blend of academic rigor and competitive play was the right fit for her ambitions. Penn State's coach welcomed the addition, noting her speed, vision, and scoring instincts will bolster the roster. The commitment comes as recruiting season heats up across New York, and scouts will now turn their focus toward her final high school campaign. Local fans celebrated the news at a downtown gathering, cheering the future Nittany Lion as a bright example of Saratoga's athletic promise.
The Druthers family of Ballston Spa is set to launch a cancer support foundation this month, honoring their brother Brian Patrick Mardell. The organization will continue his commitment to helping patients by providing resources, transportation vouchers, and educational workshops. Local businesses gathered earlier this week to remember Martel, sharing stories of his generosity. Organizers say the foundation will also partner with the Saratoga Cancer Center for clinical guidance and volunteer coordination. Monthly support circles will meet at the Ballston Spa Community Center, offering a space for patients and families to connect. The family hopes the effort turns personal loss into lasting hope for others. A ribbon-cutting ceremony is planned for later in July, inviting residents to learn more and join the cause. Community leaders praised the initiative, noting it could become a model for other towns in the capital region.
Senator Jim Tedisco kicked off the annual Safe Summer Bike Helmet program today, handing out thousands of ice cream tickets to children across Saratoga and Schenectady counties who show up wearing a bike helmet. The initiative, running throughout the 2026 summer, aims to encourage helmet use and protect young riders on the region's busy streets and trailways. Organizers report that a total of 5,000 tickets will be distributed, each redeemable for a cool treat at participating local ice cream shops. Kids from both counties have already lined up at community centers, schools, and parks, eager to swap a simple safety habit for a sweet reward. Officials say the program's hands-on approach has helped raise awareness of head injury prevention while adding a bit of summertime fun for families. Parents say the free treats make the safety message stick with their children.
Road closures have been announced for today's Schenectady County Summer Night, the capital region's largest block party. Organizers and local officials say a series of detours will take effect this afternoon to keep traffic moving safely around the downtown celebration. Vehicles will be barred on Main Street between Washington and Jefferson, on Fulton Avenue from Oak to Pine, and on the intersection of Broadway and River Road. Police and traffic engineers will staff the checkpoints, directing drivers to alternate routes that circle the historic district. The closures are intended to prevent congestion as thousands of revelers gather for live music, food vendors, and family activities. Commuters are urged to plan ahead, allowing extra time for travel or to use public transit. The city will reassess the restrictions after the evening program concludes.
Fans gathered at Wiswall Park in Ballston Spa on Monday for a lively watch party supporting the U.S. men's national soccer team. Mayor Frank Rossi helped kick off the event, which drew families, local businesses, and a sea of red, white, and blue blankets. Attendees cheered as the team took on Belgium in the round of 16, sharing food from nearby trucks and a giant screen that kept the crowd buzzing through every play. The park's open-air setting let the community celebrate together while the match unfolded, and volunteers handed out water and reusable cups to keep the atmosphere friendly. Though the game ended with the United States advancing, the gathering highlighted Ballston Spa's enthusiasm for the tournament and its ability to rally neighbors around a shared passion. A local high school band provided a brief halftime performance that kept spirits high. Later we'll taste Cardona's Market's new, the Starting Gate sandwich, a tasty nod to our racing heritage. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches, no middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Welcome back, Saratoga. Thanks for staying with us. Up next, Diana Hartwell brings our local stories, everything from town council updates to the weekend farmers market.
Cardona's Market has rolled out a new breakfast sandwich called the Starting Gate, timed with the Saratoga racing season. The family-owned shop says the sandwich blends local ingredients, cured pork, sharp cheddar, a hint of maple, and arrives on a toasted roll that echoes the track's iconic starting post. Customers can pick it up any morning as the summer races kick off, and the market plans to keep it on the menu throughout the season. Owners hope the offering gives joggers, commuters, and fans a quick hometown bite before heading to the track or the office. The sandwich has already become a morning talk of the town, with regulars swapping stories about their favorite race day rituals while waiting for the first horse to break from the gate. Morning crowds line the market's curb, savoring the hearty flavor before strolling down Main Street.
Yesterday, the Saratoga Racecourse opened its gates for the second annual New York State 4-H Open House, welcoming 200 young members for a day of tour and hands-on learning. Kids and their families explored the paddocks, watched a behind-the-scenes look at horse care, and sat in on short presentations about the racing industry's career paths. Organizers said the event aims to spark interest in agriculture and equine careers among local youth, giving them a glimpse of what works behind the track. Attendees moved through the grandstands, met trainers and stable hands, and even tried a simulated jockey drill. The open house provided a tangible connection between Saratoga Springs families and the historic sport that defines our town, reinforcing the racecourse's role as an educational hub. Several teachers from nearby elementary schools accompanied their classes, noting the hands-on experience complemented classroom lessons.
Opening day at Saratoga Racecourse kicked off the summer racing schedule with a full card despite the sweltering heat that has kept many locals inside. The New York Racing Association pressed ahead over the 4th of July weekend, offering a mix of thoroughbred contests that drew regular patrons and families seeking a break from the heat. Track officials said the unusually high temperatures prompted extra shade stations and water stations throughout the grandstand. Attendance remained strong, with fans enjoying fireworks on the evening of the 4th and a lively post-race celebration on the 5th. Organizers emphasized that the weekend marks the official start of a months-long series of races that will carry the community through the summer. As the festivities continue this week, Saratoga residents can expect more races, food vendors, and music along the historic grandstand.
New York City Ballet is in the middle of its 60th year at the Saratoga Performing Arts Center, offering 6 performances through Sunday, along with workshops and community events. The program runs from July 8th to 11th, and families can attend daytime classes that let local kids try ballet steps alongside the company's dancers. Evening shows feature the classic repertory that drew audiences here for 6 decades, while artist conversations give Saratoga residents a chance to hear choreographers discuss the work. Tickets are on sale at the box office, and many events are priced for families, making it easy for neighbors to experience world-class dance without leaving town. The partnership, which began in '67, continues to bring cultural energy to the region, and the current schedule adds another layer of summer entertainment for locals.
North Shore Bookstore is gearing up for a full-day celebration on August 8th, marking 50 years of independent bookselling. The event, held at the downtown Saratoga Springs location with a parallel gathering in Manchester Center, will feature storytime sessions, author talks, and activities designed for families. Visitors can also purchase limited edition merchandise created especially for the anniversary. Store founder Margaret Ellis says the milestone reflects the lasting love of reading in the area and hopes the festivities will draw longtime patrons and new neighbors alike. Local schools have been invited to bring students for the educational workshops, while nearby cafes plan special literary-themed menus. Organizers expect a steady flow of community members throughout the day, making the celebration a neighborhood gathering that reflects the role of small bookstores in everyday life.
Now let's get a look at your evening forecast with our trusted meteorologist.
A southerly jet surge lifts warm, humid air, while high pressure builds a dry, stable evening. On this date, the all-time high reached 97 Fahrenheit back in 2020, a spike that rode the tail of a regional heat wave that pushed daily maxima into the upper 90s across the capital district. The all-time low fell to 54 Fahrenheit in 2016, when a polar vortex dip sent Arctic air plunging through the Mohawk Valley, snapping temperatures well below the seasonal norm. Today's climatological normals sit around 77 for the high and 55 for the low, so both extremes sit well outside the average range. The radar screen shows a band of rain showers hugging the southern ridge around 5 p.m., now drifting northward with the southwest jet at roughly 62 miles per hour. By the time it reaches the city, the cells will weaken and clear downtown within 15 minutes. The rest of the map is dry, confirming the high-pressure dome suppressing further development. With the rain exiting, I turn to tonight's outlook. At 6 p.m., the sky is mostly cloudy with the temperature holding at 81 Fahrenheit and humidity near 65%. A light east wind of 4 miles per hour, gusting to 11, brushes the surface while the pressure ridge inches upward, sealing in drier air. Overhead, the southwest jet streams at about 62 miles per hour, steering any lingering moisture aloft and reinforcing the high-pressure dome. With the sun already low, the UV index reads 7, then fades quickly. No weather alerts are in effect. Tonight the clouds will thin, allowing radiational cooling to pull temperatures toward 64 by sunrise. Winds will remain gentle, and the stable air mass will keep precipitation out through the early morning hours. Looking ahead, Saturday stays under an overcast with a high of 84 and a low of 63, keeping the day damp despite the lack of rain. Sunday clears, offering a bright sky, a high of 86 and a low of 61, the first nighttime cooling of the stretch. Monday continues the sunshine, climbing to 91 at the peak and slipping to 64 after dark, marking the warmest day of the period. Tuesday brings another overcast layer, but temperatures hold near 95 with a low of 68, so the heat persists without sun. Wednesday repeats the 95 high, but clouds thicken to mostly cloudy and the low rises to 70, hinting at a warm night trend as ridge solidifies. The pattern underscores a high-pressure dome delivering heat and limited precipitation through the week. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Amazon Music or wherever you get your podcasts.
Up next, traffic updates, a look at today's grand, gilded, and glorious Saratoga stroll, plus Gaffney's reopening story. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches, no middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
All major routes are running clear this afternoon. 87 northbound and southbound are flowing at normal speed, with no slowdowns reported. U.S. Route 9 through downtown Saratoga Springs is moving freely, as are U.S. Route 4 and Route 9A along the lake. Broadway, Union Avenue, and the downtown one-way loop are all clear, so commuters can expect a smooth ride to work or school. Expect a modest buildup around the Saratoga Racecourse parking areas as the afternoon crowd gathers, and a gradual increase on 87 and US 9 heading toward the Capitol Corridor after 5 o'clock. Drivers heading east toward Clifton Park may want to keep Route 50 handy as an alternate if the racecourse lot fills. Local bus service remains on schedule with the number 3 and number 6 routes running on time. Stay tuned for any updates as the day progresses.
Tonight, the Saratoga Racecourse becomes a soccer hub, with FIFA World Cup viewing parties running daily through 11 July. Grab a seat, cheer the world's top teams, and feel the stadium buzz at home. At 10:30 this morning, the Heritage Area Visitor Center opens its grand, gilded, and glorious Saratoga stroll, a guided walk through its glittering past. It's a great way to soak up the stories that shaped our streets before noon. If you're craving live music, head to Caf Lena, where Jim Goddett and the Railroad Boys take the stage for the Folk Heritage Series, delivering roots sound that makes Saratoga feel like home. And for a taste of the unexpected, the Las Hadas de la Sombra premiere rolls at Scene 1 Wilton Mall Cinemas, offering a spellbinding film you won't want to miss. Keep an eye on tomorrow's author talk with J.R. Ward at City Center for a literary treat. And now here's James with sports.
Here's the latest on racing, college athletics, and local high school sports. Mark your calendars. The Travers Stakes will take place on August 29 at Saratoga Racecourse. The premier late summer race promises top thoroughbreds competing on the historic track, drawing fans from across the capital region and beyond. The Saratoga Racecourse posted results for July 10, highlighting the Victory Ride Stakes among several contests. While detailed placings await further release, the day's card showcased strong performances and set the tone for the remainder of the summer meet. The University at Albany released the Great Danes 2026 men's soccer schedule, outlining upcoming matchups across the season. Fans can anticipate home and away contests as the program looks to build momentum in the America East competition. Siena University announced the Saints' 2025-26 basketball schedule, detailing non-conference and conference games for the upcoming campaign. The slate includes several home dates that will bring fans back to the Times Union Center for the next season. Skidmore College students secured a $20,000 grant to develop hockey equipment tailored for female athletes. The initiative aims to enhance safety and performance, reflecting the campus's commitment to innovative, inclusive sports solutions, and could serve as a model for other programs nationwide. The Saratogan reports the Saratoga Springs High School Blue Streaks remain active across multiple sports, with recent focus on lacrosse and rowing programs. Both teams continue to develop talent and compete regionally, keeping the school's athletic spirit thriving.
Gaffney's, nestled in the heart of downtown Saratoga Springs, celebrates its grand reopening under fresh ownership. After a late 2025 purchase for $3.5 million, the new team has transformed the iconic eatery with a coastal-inspired menu, a lively sports bar called the Starting Gate, a nostalgic 1920s-style lounge, and an upgraded patio perfect for live music. The patio now hosts weekly local bands, while the lounge pays homage to Saratoga's horse racing heritage with vintage photographs on the walls. The revamp breathes new energy into a longtime neighborhood hub, drawing locals and visitors alike to enjoy fresh flavors and familiar faces. For Saratoga residents, Gaffney's isn't just a restaurant, it's a gathering place where generations have shared meals, laughter, and community spirit. And stay tuned for a story about the Safe Summer Bike Helmet program handing out 5,000 ice cream tickets. We'll be back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
On a sun-kissed Saturday afternoon, the Capital Region Lunch Ice Cream Tour rolled into the bright-colored storefront of Humpty Dumpty Ice Cream and Subs on Union Street, where families and longtime regulars gathered beneath a striped awning that sways with the breeze. Inside, the scent of fresh waffle cones mingled with the chatter of kids counting scoops of the shop's new lavender honey swirl, a flavor that was unveiled just for the tour. Chef owner Maya Patel stood beside a marching band of volunteers, handing out tasting spoons while a local high school jazz trio played a breezy tune that seemed to echo down the nearby promenade. One little boy, eyes wide with excitement, lifted a generous scoop onto his cone and declared it the best summer he's ever tasted. A moment that sparked smiles all around and reminded everyone that community flavors are as much about the people sharing them as the ingredients themselves. As the tour moved on, the shop's walls were left brighter, the town a little sweeter, and the promise of more seasonal delights lingering in the air.
On a golden Thursday afternoon at the historic Saratoga Spa Golf Course, the fairways hummed with more than the usual swing of clubs. Members of the Western Sun Foundation, dressed in bright teal shirts, gathered beside a makeshift tee-off marked by a whimsical goose sculpture ready to launch their drives for a cause. Along the fringe of the green, children from Camp Abilities Saratoga watched, their eyes tracking each ball as it arced toward the distant flag. One boy, seated in a custom-fit adaptive wheelchair, let out a delighted laugh when a bright orange ball landed just inches from the pin, his grin mirrored by his sister's clapping hands. The second annual Goose Golf outing, a playful tribute to the region's beloved waterfowl, turned the course into a celebration of possibility, raising enough money to fund a new set of adaptive climbing walls and summer camp scholarships. When the final tally was announced, the cheers rose louder than any bird call, a reminder that every swing had helped light a brighter future for these remarkable kids. It's moments like these that remind us why community matters.
Thank you, Saratoga Springs, for joining us on the local sunset. Tonight's highlight was the Druthers family launching their Cancer Support Foundation, a powerful step for our community. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories that matter. I'm Marcus Dunfield, wishing you a wonderful evening. Stay safe and enjoy the night.